Hi everyone, I'm fully aware of how rough I look right now in this opening thing. It's kind of why I guess I'm making this video. It's going to be a bit different today, but you're going to come on an adventure with me as we go on a day off. I'm going to take Kyra to the park and yeah, it's going to be nice hopefully. I need a bit of a break. I'm kind of at this point where I'm reevaluating my entire life and I don't really know what I want to do. I'm not getting any enjoyment out of making videos or fulfillment from it. I'm not feeling very inspired. I'm just kind of a little bit lost. So today you're coming with me as I do boring things like fixing my false nails and more interesting things like taking Kyra to the park. And we're just going to kind of chat about stuff along the way. I'm just going to sort out this horrific face at the moment. Hello gorgeous, are you okay? You know we're going out, don't you? You're excited. Yes, you're excited. You're excited. You want to go to the park? Yeah, you want to go to the park? Go say hi to the camera. Say hello. Not to me. You said hello to me. Say hello to the camera. Hello. You want to introduce yourself? Say, my name's Kyra, and I like balls, and I like food. I like the licking. I like the licking so much. Oh, beast. Oh, beast. You okay there? You okay, gorgeous one? Yeah, I don't know. Things just haven't been feeling too great lately, and I can't tell if it's kind of work burnout. I can't tell if it's lockdown burnout, kind of sadness stuff. I'm sure a lot of people are going through that. I can't tell if it's related to my regular mental health issues. I don't know. But it's made me feel quite a mess in many areas. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I should start off this video showing you my face like this, and I'm gonna be putting on some makeup before we go out today because I haven't spoken about this before, but when I get stressed or sad or my anxiety is playing up or anything like that, I tend to get quite hormonal and I break out in spots. However, I also have an issue with kind of compulsive skin picking. Basically, when I see flaws and imperfections on my face or sometimes on my chest or anywhere else they show up, mostly it's my face and chest, I have an uncontrollable urge to pick at them and poke at them, and ultimately it makes it worse. But it's like an anxiety thing where I see them and I feel the need to try and be in control and try and fix them, and that's how I end up with an absolute mess. So this started out as a small spot on my face about a month and a half ago, and now it's kind of a huge mark that's finally starting to heal over, but it's going to take a few months for the kind of scarring to go down. And that's all because I couldn't stop poking it and picking it and being touchy with it when I'm a little bit out of control and when I'm in my anxious moods. When I'm feeling a little more in control, I can do things like wearing false nails to try and stop myself picking so much. It doesn't work completely, but it works at least a little bit. And this is why I tend to go for kind of the slightly cheaper false nails that just go on with nail glue, because while they do damage your nails a little bit, I'm not really bothered about that because I bite my nails anyway. It's another thing. These have a tendency, if you put too much pressure on them, to pop off, which means you don't pick your skin as much because you might pop them off, basically. So it's a nice deterrent. Same with, you might have noticed, I have you can't really see it right now, the angle, and it's a false temporary tattoo on my arm. I got this one from Momentary Ink, and I actually really like their stuff. They're beautiful designs, they're gorgeous, and this is going to sound really silly, but I wear these to, I guess, like stop myself having an urge to hurt myself. So this one's been on here a few days now. You can probably see it's ever so slightly starting to peel in places, but mostly it's in pretty good condition. It's kind of hard showing it to the camera at this angle. You can see this little Alice in Wonderland watercolour one. It's lovely, but it's also incredibly textured because I don't really like showing this stuff on camera. Hey gorgeous girl, it's okay. Mama's okay. Yeah, I have a lot of scarring under there, and I have some fresher cuts too. I've been struggling again a bit lately. Also, I haven't really been wearing any makeup recently, and when I have, like when I filmed a video yesterday, I absolutely hated it, and I just ended up repulsed by my face. So it's just makeup, just sniff it. Good girl. Sometimes putting makeup on helps me feel a little bit more like me and a little bit more human. And it gives me something to concentrate on to kind of get out of my own head a bit. You know, if you're concentrating on putting stuff on your face, yeah, rather than just what's going on in your head. Love you. This is what happens every time I sit on the floor, by the way. I get a small one on my knee, don't I? Love you. Yeah, sorry, I'm avoiding the point, aren't I? With where I was going with this. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. This is also what she does now. She knows and she understands, and when she starts to feel me getting upset or a little bit anxious about anything, she licks my arm before I can do anything. It's like a little way of protecting me, isn't it, baby? Protector. My protector. You're my protector. Oh, thank you. Love you. I never want to get... I don't know. I've tried talking about my issues with hurting myself before on camera. And I have a few times. And a few times people have said it really resonates with them. But I always feel like I have to do it when I'm not going through those issues at that time, when I'm on like an upswing. Because I'm very aware that there are, weirdly, people who look up to me. And people who listen to me, especially younger people. And I don't ever want to be seen to be glamorizing self-harm or cutting in any way. Sorry, I'm having a drink. I don't want people to see it as a viable option for them because, well, if Rachel's doing it, maybe I should do it too. Because it's not. Yeah, it started for me as a last resort coping mechanism. And it's become a bit of a crutch when I'm not feeling good to turn to that. Which is why I do everything I can to stop it, you know, because the idea is you put something pretty on your skin like this and you're like, well, I don't want to ruin it, so sounds silly, I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not going to hurt myself. Or you put something pretty on your skin and you're like in this case I chose this gorgeous Alice in Wonderland one because I love Lewis Carroll and his writing and the books and everything, and ultimately I'd like to get maybe a real tattoo there. I'd like an octopus, but for now I'm not really in a position where I'm, I guess, trusting myself enough to get one. And also I'm pretty sure you need to give the skin time to heal before you can get anything put over the top of it, so that's just another bit of motivation for me there. For this. Ooh. Oh. See, there's something about doing my eyebrows, it just makes me feel a little more human and complete, and like I look like myself a bit more. It's silly, isn't it, how something so small can give you such a little boost. It's nice. Hey, shout out to Alizi for recommending this mascara to me. It's the apparently Urban Decay version one. Probably doesn't quite name a mascara, but whatever. Naturally, I have like no lashes. They're very blonde, like my natural hair colour. They're very flat. They're very short. So a good mascara makes me look like a normal human being. It's quite nice. You ready to go to the park? Oh, yes. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. Wonderful. Visible. Yeah. Right, Chris. So, good news and bad news at this mid-afternoon stage is that I was starting to feel a lot better about everything, and I think the day off really did me some good, and that was good. That is good. I think it is doing me good. However, I did decide to kind of like do a bit of work. Yeah, I started reading this terrible book. It's really awful. It's called Love and Respect. The love she most desires, the respect he desperately needs. And it's one of these terrible Christian relationship books. It's all about how men and women are, you know, completely different, and how men need submission and respect. They don't need to earn it, they just need to be given it because they're men. And women are meant to be subservient, and you know, they're different to men and they don't really like sex, but they need to give it to men anyway so the men feel respected. They just need to kind of lie back and shut up. Whereas women need love, and they need to be told, oh, you did a good job cleaning the kitchen floor today, and all that rubbish. That's basically what the book's about. I'm sorry, I'm like anxiety picking off the nails that I spoke about earlier, that oh yeah, I can't I don't know, they're just getting to me a bit. This book has these terrible, like, mnemonic devices where apparently women need to couple, which means she needs closeness, openness, understanding, peacemaking, loyalty, and esteem, whereas men want chairs, meaning men want conquest, hierarchy, authority, insight, relationship, and sexuality. Oh, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Let me read you a couple of these little bits. Your husband will feel you appreciate his desire for sexual intimacy when you respond to him sexually more often and initiate sex periodically. You let him acknowledge his sexual temptations without fearing he'll be unfaithful and without shaming him. There's this bit where it says, as a rule, a wife wants more emotional intimacy only on subjects that increase feelings of love between her and her husband. Blah blah blah. Men are more likely to like have lustful thoughts for women, and women aren't likely to have lustful thoughts. And this is going to be a source of arguments apparently because women expect men to be like them. In other words, be like a woman. We don't lust for men's bodies, so you don't lust for women's. I'm sorry, but what women are writing this that don't lust for men's bodies other than lesbians and asexual people? And then it gets all sarcastic and it's like, it's quite alright for her to share her struggles with body image, weight control, fears and worries. The husband is to listen and empathise with her on all these subjects. The problem, of course, is that he doesn't struggle with body image, weight control, fears and worries as she does. He has different struggles. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of men who do. Men's only struggle, according to this book, is, oh, I want to sleep with all these women and I can't because I'm married. My wife should be understanding of that. That's the whole point of this book. It's ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. Men are the head of the household. Women shut up and do what they say. I get it. Feminism's awful. I feel like, I will make a video on it at some point. That's why I bought the book. I start reading the stuff and I start talking about it and it just, I don't know, it gets me down a lot, you know, but at the same time, difficult, because I know I talk about this a lot, like, but it's like you're constantly living with this, like, double-edged sword where sometimes it gets you really down to talk about the negative stuff and the stuff you don't like, but at the same time that's what gets views, so you have to do it. And sometimes I want to speak about the happiest stuff and the things I enjoy, and then when I do, it just doesn't get the views. And so it's easy to, like, just look at that and say, well, you know, it doesn't matter if you don't get the views, it's fine, just do what makes you happy. And in an ideal world, yeah, I would. That's what I think everyone would like to do with their lives, but this isn't an ideal world, is it? But then again, you do the stuff that gets to, like, I try and do a mix of the positive stuff and the more negative stuff, and the stuff I want to make and the stuff that I hope will get watched. I try to do a mixture, and it's always a good day when you've made something that you're really happy with and really proud of and it does well. That's the dream, you know? But then there are plenty of times, like, you know, when people say, like, oh, well, is there any poetry you do like? Are there any books you do like? You're always so negative. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not. It's just not my fault if you haven't watched those other videos, because they're out there. For now, this isn't ideal, but it's the best I've got, and I don't really have any other options. I don't know, I guess I'm always looking for ideas and things and stuff. I'm just gonna keep plodding along and trying to be happy. And you know, I painted a frog this afternoon when I got back from the park. What other job lets me do that for a few hours? I know I'm lucky in so many aspects of my life and my job. It's just sometimes the bad outweighs the good. And you've got to try and find a life, a job, a place, a way of being where the good outweighs the bad. And right now I'm just not quite seeing any of those.